What's up, everybody? Welcome back to How It's Done. Today we are going to be walking you through how to add a soffit plug and also have it controlled by a switch. This one we got lucky. We actually had a switch available. They had one for a ceiling fan. It had power already run for the motor and the light. So we just grabbed the switch leg for the light and used that to power this soffit plug. So we're going to walk you through that today on How It's Done. Alright, so the first thing we got to do, like I said, is locate exactly where the beams are in this. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera there, but maybe you can make out these red lights here. You've got a couple different red lights coming up, so it shows me there's one here. So we should be good to add a plug. Let's see, there's some. Nothing this way, but there is one right here. So we're going to plan to add the plug right here. Still, what I'm going to do, mark it with a little mark right there. Alright, so at this point what I like to do is, where I've got my mark, go ahead and drill a hole. And then from there, take a wire or something that's relatively rigid, and put it up there, and just spin. So I am hitting something about there. Yeah. So, feels like right about here we do have something. So I'm going to push that. So, but that way it feels like we're clear. So, should be good to go back that way a little bit further. Let me double check this with the stud finder again. Yep, we got something going there. But we're good this way. So I'm going to make the cut here and then down. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, set this guy right here, like this. There we go. There you go. That's all there is to that. Now let's go up in the attic. Actually, I'll tell you what, first we'll feed a wire up through there, see if we get lucky and can actually just grab it in the attic. We're going to be using 14-2, since it looks like that's what's used, well, since I know that's what's used at the ceiling fan box. Feed a nice healthy portion of it up there, and then what I'm going to do, go ahead and make a little hook like that so that it can hook itself and not pull itself back down. And in case you're curious what that looks like up there, turn the flash on real quick. This is what it looks like, so that's what we're shooting for. Getting it up in there just like that. So now we get to go in the attic, see if we can spot that, and then hopefully just feed it right on over here. Maybe knock out one of the knockouts on the side there. If we can, we'll bring a flathead screwdriver with us and just feed it in. That way all we got to do is tighten that down and we're good. Be super careful of where you're stepping in these attics, because I have come across once or twice where the boards are not really super tight. That can be a problem. The other thing, sometimes on these decks out here, they don't frame them up super well. You can see the spacing of these frames. But there's our hole and the wire that we fed through it. So we've just got to get that over here. Not super difficult, right? But it is a little crammed. So we're going to have to kind of shimmy our way over here carefully. Making sure to not step on anything that's not secured in place. Alright, there we go. Now, yeah, go ahead and see if I can reach out and grab this. Yeah. Got it. Cool. Just feed that over there. And maneuver ourselves. There we go. You see what I was talking about on this box when I brought the flathead with? There's these two little connectors with a flathead. Let me see if I can show you. You can easily get in here. Pop one of those out. Take our wire, feed it through. And we'll just leave enough slack up here that we can pull enough through to work with, which I think we're good. So yeah, let's go back downstairs. And fortunately, we got lucky. Did it in the first try, first shot. And don't have to come up here again. So that's always nice. Alright, so back here at the box, this is what we're left with. So we're going to just pull that through a little bit more. You really want about a good 6 inches to work with. That's what she said. Oh, did I say that out loud? That did come out loud, didn't it? Oh well. It's on video now. Anyway. We'll tighten this up. Oh wow, they painted over that pretty good. There we are. Okay. Alright, and then once that's good and tight, we'll leave that for now, because we don't want to make this part up until we're done with the plug over here. So we'll do the plug over there. My supervisor just chilling again. Alright, so on the plug, basically, what we're going to do is go ahead and cut this wire a little bit shorter. We'll take our razor. Down the side of it. Cut the excess off. Rip the paper off. Same thing with the paper around the ground. Or the bare copper, whatever you want to call it. I just call it the ground wire because it's what it always is. If you're using it for something other than the ground wire, you're probably breaking the code. Anyway, so yeah, then for this, got that with the screwdriver. Feed this in the back there. Grab it from the inside, and you want the jacket here to just go inside. Just like that. Pops up there. Like that. Tighten this down. Now we'll strip a little bit back on our wires. Turn. Now, if you've never made up a plug, you're in for a treat. You get to see how to do it right now. So, basically, you're going to have green, which is going to get the bare copper. You're going to have the kind of stainless steel, silvery looking color screw. That's going to get your white one, and then your copper or brass colored screw is going to get the black. So go ahead and start with the ground. Get that put on there. Onto the neutral. And then, last but not least, your hot or power. There you have it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Just a little bit. Make 3 turns with the screw. Same thing in the back here. Push that up all the way. Well, these in-use covers, they come with a bunch of different adapters. It's got, let's see if I can get this to come loose. It's got one that you can put in if you're doing it on a GFI. So it'll look something like that. But since it's going on a plug, we're going to do this other adapter. It allows it to work on a plug. Now the only thing with this is, this particular style might be a bit tricky to fit, because it's got to slide over the screws and then click in, or you do the screws after. So I'm not doing the screws after. That, pop that up and into place to hold, and we'll tighten these screws down the rest of the way. One. There's 2. Cool. And what that'll do is you want to use an in-use cover whenever it's something that's going to be plugged in long term. If it's just an outlet that's really not going to be used outside and just needs to be weatherproof, you can put one of those that has the flaps to close. This is designed so that the plug can be in there and this can still be closed while the device is plugged in. So let me show you specifically what I'm talking about here. There you go. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, it should be on a GFI. Well, it's in a Soffit, and it's already on a arc fault GFI breaker, so it really doesn't need to be. It's already protected by the breaker that way. Don't ask me why they had it on a breaker. I really don't know what else is on that circuit, but when I turned it off for the kitchen power, for the outside patio, it's on a arc fault GFI breaker. So it is what it is. Now we just need to make it up over here, and we'll turn it on and test it out. Jack it off of that. There we go. And then we're gonna pull the paper off. And they've actually got the ground wrapped around this screw here. We're going to disconnect that. I'll make these grounds up together. think we'll do is we'll still feed that down there and connect that up under the screw. Make the neutral loop together. And then typically when you've got two switches on the inside, the red, or the one for the light, is going to be your first switch. And then the one for the fan motor is going to be the second. But since they're going to want to be turning this on and off a lot more than the fan, since that's going to be controlled by the remote, we're going to make the black wire from this outlet that we just added go to the red wire from the switch. And that way the first switch is still going to control the outside lights. Now you'll want to confirm that on your end if you're doing exactly this. But it should just about do it. Now we are going to be installing a fan for them while we're here today. So I'm not going to tuck the rest of these wires up into the box just yet. Because the ground and the neutral and the power for the motor are all going to be used. But yeah, at this point we can turn the power back on. Alright, so we got the lights up and plugged in. Time to give it a good old test. There we go. And that's all there really is to it. Thanks for joining us on How It's Done. For more videos like this, like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you next time.